Well, it would appear just not. Hello, Waleed. Hello, Babasi. Am I live? Yes. Well, it would appear we have no young tellers yet. Hopefully, someone will join us. Jasname she did very well in her exams. I spoke to her earlier, but she has a competition tomorrow, so she won't be joining us tonight, hopefully, or today in Babasi's case. But hopefully she will be with us next week. Now, we'll obviously just give it a bit of time, but to see who's joining us. Meanwhile, we had a great, wonderful gathering, national gathering for the Society for Storytelling, which is the Society for Storytelling for England and Wales. And that was in Gloucester. At the weekend, there were some wonderful workshops, wonderful keynote speech by Taffy Thomas, and welcome from our new chair, Wendy Shearer, who is fantastic. Paul Jackson did a fantastic job, and Wendy has taken it over and is moving us even further forward. And Alistair K. Daniel did he organized the whole gathering, and it was magnificent. It was a fantastic job in this wonderful building, which was the Folk of Gloucester, which is a very ancient building. And I've just moved into Gloucester, and Fiona Eady took us on a story walk around the town, some of the ancient parts of the town. And a lot of the storytellers stayed in the New Inn, which was an old Tudor inn. It's the last surviving Tudor courtyard pub in the country, I think. And Lady Jane Grey was crowned there by a queen, was crowned queen there. Obviously, later, not a good move, because she later lost her head as queen, because Henry VIII wasn't an incredibly ideologically sound king. But the whole place is steeped in history. The Republican troops held off against enormous odds, held off King Charles's defeated King Charles's army, the Royalist army, during the Civil War. I live in Parliament Street, which I think is in commemoration of that. Ironically, there's a statue of King Charles there, rather than the Republicans up there. It's turned a bit of a royalist city ever since. But it was just wonderful to be absorbed in all that history. And I'm hoping Kenza might join us back again this week. So Babasi, how are you? You're muted. Well, I know Waleed doesn't speak because there's not enough bandwidth, but if you can send me a message. How are you, Waleed? How is Marrakesh? We seem to have lost Babasi even now. Maybe he'll join us. Maybe he's got a problem. So we'll see who joins us, if anyone at all. I'm sitting in Oradea in Romania, having been in Gloucester at the weekend for a storytelling festival here. It's going to be throughout the whole community, and so I've just been traveling for, well, I traveled for about 16 hours non-stop to get here, hopefully. So Babasi, are you managing to get through to us now? It's connecting. Ah, there he is. There's the man himself. So you're muted still. You're muted still, Babasi.
Am I?
Yeah. Well, it says you're on mute. It says you're on mute, but you're coming across in a very broken up manner. But let's try again now.
Okay, is that better?
That's better. That's much better. So,
all right, in a moment, I should be switching to my laptop, and that should be better.
That's good. That's good. You on your phone at the moment, then?
Yes, I'm pulling a John Rowe.
Yeah, I'm likewise on my phone, because I know if I use my Chromebook, it will sound like I'm in the bottom of a cave.
Yeah, so I'm using an older laptop, but my Chromebook I don't like at all.
No, Chromebook is rubbish for Zoom. It's not good for Zoom.
Yes, I've noticed.
Yeah, it doesn't like Zoom, probably because Google got their own platform or something. It's one of those intercorporation things. But so how's your week been?
I've had better weeks.
It is not compulsory to answer.
It's a challenge, but this too shall pass for better things.
I think your laughter spoke volumes. So we will have a private talk about that sometime.
Yes.
So
how are your gigs coming along?
Well,
how?
Hopefully, when I get back, there will be hot water. I'm away for 3.5 weeks, so hopefully the abandoned car in my driveway will be moved, and I'll have hot water. But these things take time, and I'm a very patient man. So no, very good. I love Gloucester, and I was saying while you were trying to get back on, the gathering that we had for the English and Welsh storytelling Society for Storytelling, which Alistair Daniel organised magnificently, was in this old building called the Folk of Gloucester, which is a very ancient building, probably Stuart or Tudor, and we went on a story walk round Gloucester, and so I learned lots more about history. There's a storyteller called Fiona Eadie, does story walks, and so she takes a story and weaves the history of the place into it every time. So we stop off at places, and she. And it was incredibly interesting. So I learned lots more about the town I've moved to, which was good. And Wendy Shearer, have you come across Wendy Shearer on the? I think you must have done sort of on ones that sort of I've lost names, but on ones that sort of Baden and used to have been on. Wendy goes on those, and she's now chair of the of the Society for Storytelling and doing a great job taking it over. Well, Paul Jackson before did a great job, and Wendy's just sort of even more magnificent, and one of the finest AGMs I've ever come across. Every time anyone asked a question that would have gone off on a 1,000-year tangent and got nowhere, the secretary said, refers to the Articles of Association or something, and slapped them down in one sentence. Which made it far tighter, a wonderful AGM. And even a set of accounts that could be set on a bar that were set up that were understandable in columns that Andy Coops did. So fantastic. It was all brilliant. And then I drove across my boys in Whittam, got a train down to Luton Airport, arrived in Romania at 2 o'clock this morning, got a train, 4.5-hour train journey into, we've got 2 Babassis now. This would be good.
Right. In a moment, you'll have one, but I'm signing in from my laptop. At least I'm endeavoring to do so.
Yeah, I've got you here, but I haven't got your picture up or your voice on your second laptop yet. Hopefully, we'll have some young tellers. Jesname, you probably missed that when I talked about Jesname at the beginning. She has done incredibly.
She has her studies.
No, well, she's finished that. Well, she's finished the exams, and she did magnificently in the exams, as we would expect.
Yes.
I spoke to her earlier this evening, and but she's sent her apologies because she has a competition tomorrow on stitching together a story, and so she is preparing for this competition, and obviously wants to go to bed a little earlier, and it'll be as it's midnight in not midnight in Moscow. That's a tune or a phone or a film. It's midnight in Punjab.
Midnight. I think I've seen that movie.
Yes, but it's midnight in Punjab, so she decided, and we haven't seen Kenza for a few weeks, so but they will return. We will. So which laptop are you speaking on now? Both of them or one?
No, I think I have to close out and come back in. I have one. You see me on 2 laptops? No,
I have you in 2 laptops. One, your second one you've just come in on, has you haven't got the video on. You've got the sound on, but no video.
Okay, so I'm on my laptop and I'm on my phone. And my laptop just told me Zoom is not responding. But so I'm going to sign out and come back in.
Yeah, okay, but you stayed on your phone, which is excellent. So we hear you on your phone.
Yes. And can you see me on my phone?
I can see you on the phone. It's all working on the phone. You probably don't need to actually go through the stress of getting your laptop up.
Oh, no, I do.
You refuse to be defeated by inanimate objects.
That's part of it. And I found out that I have this old ThinkPad. I call it a workhorse, and it actually works much better than my Chrome. And I have another. Oh, where is it? I have another. Well, it's more a tablet than anything else. But
we've got someone waiting to come in. That's excellent. Now I don't know whether it's a young teller. Okay, Spare. I can't see you, so I can't tell whether.
Hello.
Hello, Sophia. How are you?
I'm well. Wait a minute to change my name.
Okay. So I'm calling you entirely the wrong name, as always.
Yes.
I've done this before. I'm an old man. I can't remember.
Okay.
That's your excuse. Stick with it.
Liana,
Yeah.
welcome. Fantastic.
Well,
So we have a young talent. So where are you, Liana, at the moment? In Greece?
yes. I'm in Greece.
I remembered the country. At least I remembered the country. Magnificent. So, would you like to tell a story?
Yes, but can I wait? My teacher is Despina Aristedo.
Oh, it's been so she's joining us, is she? Well, the two Baba C's and I will have to. So, Baba C, unmute yourself on your second device. That's it.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Whoa.
we can hear you. Now turn off your phone
Yes.
so we don't get an echo. We've
Okay.
been two old men trying to deal with modern technology, Liana, so you will forgive us.
Okay. So wait, I turned it off.
No, your phone is still on. So you're echoing. Just turn off your phone altogether.
That's
Just
what I'm
press
trying to do.
press leave. Just touch the screen and go to little red leave at the top.
See, my phone doesn't quite work that way, but I turned it off.
Okay, now Despina is joining us, so
Yeah.
you will still echo because your phone is because the sound will come from your phone when you're not speaking, so it'll create an echo.
It shouldn't, because I turned the phone off. But I'm in a room that has a bit of an echo.
Oh no, you're okay. Everything's good now. Despina, we have been waiting for you with bated breath because Liana, who's now turned her video off and her sound, was waiting for you to join us before she told her story.
Well, I was ready to be connected earlier, but Eliana was not sure whether she had a story for us tonight or not. So now that she's made up her mind,
which is very good.
indeed.
And now Baba C's gone away somewhere, but that's okay. She can hear what's going on.
And I haven't heard the entire story. She just gave me a teaser yesterday. It looks like a very good one.
So Liana has just left us, and she'll probably come back on. So again, we're having huge international technological problems. So Baba C is back. Liana has left, but hopefully coming back.
How are you, Baba C?
On a journey that is not quite agreeing with me, but I'll push through it.
Oh, okay. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
So, Despina, how are you?
Okay, just finished classes. Yes. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just go along with any pronunciation. No worries.
No, Despina, I'm trying to correct myself when I remember.
Well, look, if you connect me with Jasname, maybe, you know.
Yeah, with Jasname, yes. No, Jasname has been, unfortunately, not with us tonight because she has just finished her exams, which she did very well in. But she has a competition, a story competition tomorrow called about stitching the story.
Lovely.
So she's gone to bed early and was preparing for that. Now, Lana is now, who was with us, has now gone.
Check what's going
but
on.
We'll hang around for a few minutes to hopefully she's trying to get back in.
Could be the network.
So you're trying to get hold of Liana to find out what's happening, are you?
Yep, I am.
So we'll wait for either Liana or you to come back with news from across. So we are truly international today. We've got we've got Walid as usual in Morocco, in Marrakesh. We've got Babasi in Washington DC. We've got Despina in Greece, and I'm in Romania at this minute.
Oh, you are.
So we're crossing worlds, and hopefully Liana will be back again from Greece. So Greece is well represented today.
I got this big screen in this room, and I'm tempted to hook up to it. It's a humongous screen, but the cord to it is short.
Yes.
I'm going for a moment, but I finally
got my internet together at home. I got my broadband in the day before I left. It came on Friday, but I left the country on Monday, so I cannot take advantage. But I did at least get stuff up before I left. So, any news, Despina?
Excuse me.
Despina is marking all her pupils' work.
Stepping away from the camera, but I'll be right back.
Have you heard from Liana?
No, she hasn't texted me back, which makes me suspect that they might not have internet connection.
Yeah, or her phone has lost power or something. Ah, she's coming in.
Oh, cool.
Here we come.
Please, can you still hear me?
Yeah. Just as soon as Liana's in, we'll get her straight. Hello, Liana. Lovely to have you back. We have so before we lose you again, hello. Have you got a story for us? Oh, you're muted. Unmute.
Yes, I have, and it's called The Little Fairy of Tears. As soon as night fell, the Fairy of Tears pierced the city. She was invisible and carried a waterproof silver bag. No one could see her unless she happened to be sitting next to the water hole. Only her reflection could be seen in the water. She had short, white and spiky hair and big gray eyes. She wore a thin dress and silken shirts, which were not heard at all when she walked. Wah, wah, a child's cry was heard. The cry came from a little boy, clear as air. Clear as air, the Fairy of Tears slipped down the stairs and brought the little boy into the bath as he sat in the bath and cried with his soul. The little fairy sat on the lid of the toilet, opening the bag, her bag. I don't want shampoo, screamed the little boy. Stop crying. The fairy of tears will hear you, his mom says. A single tear was hanging from the edge of his nose. With a quick movement, the fairy went out. Then she heard the little girl crying and shouting, I want chocolate, I want chocolate. The fairy jumped into the room and started collecting 5, 10, 15, 17, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 165 tears until she got tired, sat on the floor with her back against the wall and fell asleep. It started to rain, and the fairy hurried to collect as many tears as she could. She took tears from too many children until her bag was full. The tears jingled. Jingled and glistened inside her bag. The tears of joy were red. The tears of Juicy was yellow. The tears of Scrooge was green. Of fear was white, and of guilt was orange. Then she wanted to go to the moon and
Can I help?
Yes, I need.
Which word do you need?
Και να ρίξει.
To pour.
Yes, to pour the tears in the moon. On the moon. Then she heard a little girl crying. And she think that little more tears was very good idea. So she went, and then she heard a little girl crying. She stayed a little bit there, and she tried to get the tears of the girl. Then the girl, she sees her from a little water hole. She looks back, but nothing. And then she screamed, "Who are you?" The little fairy said, calm, "Don't worry, little girl. I am the fairy of tears, and I want to tell you that your dog will come back to you." What? How you know for my dog? Yes, I lost him, but how do you know? I know everything. I know the reason you're happy, you're sad, and everything. Okay, but where were you born? I born when the happiness and the sadness born. Oh, okay. And then she disappeared. She looked back, she looked from the water hole, and she screamed again, "Fairy, fairy, where are you?" And this and exactly that second, her dog was heard. Hoof, 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 hoof. Oh, that's my dog. Hey, thank you, little fairy. Now, when she looks out from the window every night, she see the little fairy pour the moon the tears, and every night the moon is shining.
Which word, my love?
Κόλλησα.
Which word?
Ναι, να ρίχνει τέλος πάντων τα δάκρυα και κάθε φορά το φεγγάρι να λάμπει και πιο δυνατά.
Ah, okay. Every time she pours the tears on the moon
Yes.
becomes
Lighter.
Brighter.
At the end.
That was a fantastic. Your English is absolutely amazing, and so you got the, and it's really difficult because you were concentrating on the story, but you still managed to get some fantastic expression into the story. So congratulations. I think I think this discipline must be very. I think your teacher must be very proud of you. Would you like to say how amazing your student is?
I could hardly find a more amazing student, even if I tried.
Well, I think what I loved was that, I mean, in that whole story, you only had 2 words that you had difficulty with, that you couldn't. I mean, you'd stop with some, and then you just work on it until you found the word, which was great. But there's only 2 words that you had to go to Despina for, which was amazing in that whole, because it was quite a long story. So you are to be congratulated. Babasi, do you want to wax lyrical? But it would be better if you unmuted yourself, Babasi.
You have a one, and I love the music in your voice. Your very musical, lyrical voice, and you hold attention. You pull me into the story, and I always wanted more. And I was impressed how, even though you had a couple of moments where you weren't sure, you didn't stop. And that's important. You made it through the story. You entertained us. You made us feel the story. So bravo, very good, very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's a story that Iliana loves very much, and it is long indeed. It's not a short story, because we were considering what kind of stories she should tell, and maybe we considered a few Aesop's tales, fables, but this one was Iliana's personal favorite.
Well,
so
I think
she chose this one.
But see, that's the beauty of it. Her story, long or short, the way she tells the story, the music of her voice, the way she tells it, the way she engages her audience, it doesn't matter if it's a short story or a long story. She held us to the very end. So, don't worry about the story. In my opinion, wait a minute, I don't do opinions. But from my view, don't worry about whether it's a long or short story. As long as you're confident and comfortable with the story, you have passion for the story, and that comes across to your audience. So again, thank you.
So what he's trying to say is, don't take any notice of Despina when she tries to give you a story. You choose your own stories, because the stories tend to choose you. You chose that story because that story, you'd come across that story, you loved that story, and so it was the story for you to tell. But and I've just got one question.
Yes.
You obviously had some notes. Were the notes written? What were you translating as you were telling? Were you looking at notes in Greek and then turning it into English?
Yes, I decided yesterday to tell a story here. So I tried to translate it, and I look all these.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yes.
Whoa, fantastic.
And
well,
I would say that with more detail, but I have only today, and it was a little big.
Well, no, that was full of detail. It was exactly right. So thank you. Are you visiting us again?
I will.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, please visit.
I think everyone is busy at the moment. So some people have got exams, some people. So it tends to be one or two people that come. But as long as there's one or two people, because there may only be 3 or 4 of us on Zoom, but hundreds of people are watching you. I know this because at the weekend I was at a conference and everyone was saying that they watched everything on World Storytelling Cafe. And I've never seen them on Zoom. So they must be watching on Facebook or YouTube or something like that. So you will be seen by lots of people and they'll be saying, wow, that's fantastic. So please come and visit us again. And thank you. So what's coming up? I tell you what's coming up on Friday. Michael Carins from Scotland is telling stories for children. That's 6 o'clock UK time. What's that in? That's be about 10 o'clock in Greece, would it?
It's plus 2 hours, so it's 8 p.m. here.
8 o'clock, yes, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in Greece. So 6, yeah, I should know that because it's the same as Romania. And I did manage to get, on my first day here, I had managed to get to the right time here, which was fantastic. So, but Michael Carins, so every Friday, Liana, there's always on this platform someone telling stories in English, but for children. So there's every week there's a different storyteller. So some weeks you would like to look up, or you can find it on catch up on the schedule. But if you want to hear native English speakers telling stories, and all those different accents as well, because you'll hear this Friday, you'll hear Michael Carins, who has a Scots accent. You might hear someone with an American accent. Well, even American is one accent. It may be a Southern accent or a Northern accent. So you will,
and even Southern accents change.
Yes, absolutely. So by watching on Fridays, you will hear a lot of varieties of spoken English. So they're always great stories, So even Despinner comes on sometimes. And if you look in catch up, if you look at the past programs, you can find, or you just put Despinner's name in on Google, you will find her telling stories. You can listen to her telling stories. But that's probably a secret I shouldn't be telling. So you can listen to your teacher. So we've got that on Friday, and then we've got obviously next Tuesday we've got our young international tellers, or as happened this week, teller. Could be a different one. It could be Liana. Hopefully someone else will be on with you. We have Kenza from Italy comes on sometimes. Jasnima May from Punjab, and a few other people from around India come on sometimes. Erica comes on sometimes. She's from Mumbai. And occasionally we get Hala from Gaza Strip. So we have tellers from around the world.
Don't forget the royal princesses from Nigeria.
Absolutely. Actually, yeah, Rahina and her sister from Nigeria, Miss Nigeria. How could I do that? I'll put my head
They're
in the
a family
bucket.
of storytellers.
Yeah. So please come and join us again. Any other young tellers that are listening, please join us. We're here every Tuesday, rain or shine, whichever part of the world I'm in. If I'm not here, someone else will take over. But usually I manage it. So thank you very much, Ileana. Thank you very much, everyone else that was listening. And thank you for coming on and supporting us. So, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Until the next time, to be continued.
Yeah.
Waleed.
And thank you, Waleed, of course.
See out.